So welcome back to the channel, and thank you for always finding time to come. In this hustler's world, you need to learn how to multitask, and that is exactly what I'm doing. I'm serving customers in the shop, and at the same time I want to shoot this content because it is long overdue. So a while ago I did a part 1 of how you can start a small retail shop like this one of mine, and we are getting very practical because such information is not very easy to come by. At least that is what I've discovered on these streets, on the internet, plus practically getting information is not easy. And me, I'm going to give you all the information you need on this channel. That is why if you've not subscribed, kindly do so on the subscribe button now. I'm giving you 2 seconds to do so, then I give you the Mwakenya that you need to start a small retail shop. Thank you. Now, we have discussed a number of things, including capital, including where you just need to start. Just a minute. Karibu. Sorry for the interruption. Now we continue from where we left. If you've not checked part 1 of how to start a small retail shop, you need to check amongst the videos that I shot earlier. You'll find some of the information you need because so apologies for the interruption. I was saying, if you check out part 1, you will find we had discussed things like capital, how to just start so that you do not wait for the perfect moment, because you'll never find a perfect moment. And then we also discussed about what else? Stock. So today I just want to finish up on the important things that you need to check. Aside from those 3 that I've mentioned. Business permits. You need to be on the good books of your council, your county council department, as far as your business is concerned. I see some people paying a certain amount of money every day. That is maybe ranging between 20 to 50 shillings. But personally, I'd advise that you just get some amount, then walk into that office and find out how much they need you to pay, so that you are able to run your business peacefully. So that depends on how far you are from the CBD, how big your shop is, and that will determine how much they want you to pay. So having talked about business permits, I cannot over-insist on that. Next is stocking up. This is where there is a challenge. First of all, you need not to struggle to stock your shop fully up front before you start. What you need to do is use what I call a customer-led approach. A customer-led approach is where you just start with very basic things. By basic, I mean things like bread, tea leaves, sugar, very basic. Then you'll move from there. When the clients come and they realize that there's a shop nearby, they'll be asking you don't have diapers, I need eggs. If more than 3 people in a day ask you for a particular item, then make sure you try as much as you can to bring that item. So that is what I call a customer-led approach. Otherwise, if you say that you want to stock your shop full before you start, you'll be discouraged. Because how much capital is that? And in these hard times, you want to get an extra shilling or 2. Where do you get all the money that you want to stock up a full shop? Unless you have good capital. Some people have good capital at hand. But I feel like the best approach is a customer-led approach. You just put most of what you think is very basic, and then you grow up from there. So in terms of stocking, you'll need to know which distributors or wholesalers are having items that you need, and they are selling them at a very good bargain. Because it is a competitive world. In business, it is competitive. Like for a small retail shop, you'll find 1,001 on the street where you want to start yours. That should not be a discouraging factor, because this is where you play your game right. So you get items and then you start selling them at a fair price, because you are also getting them at a fair price from your distributor. So don't be in a hurry to buy from where you think everyone else is buying. Just take your time. Walk up and down the streets and then find the best wholesaler. Sometimes you find someone selling, for example, something like rice. You find someone selling it at a very good bargain. Then you move on to the next shop. someone is selling it way lower and you are lost for words. But then if you check out their milk prices, you find that their milk is quite exorbitant. So you are not obliged to buy everything from the same roof, not under the same roof. Personally, I walk and walk and walk. That is why if you want to start such as hustle, you must be someone who's ready to hustle, you know. You don't sit pretty in your shop waiting for distributors to bring you things. They'll be bringing you things at your comfort, but you will end up selling very expensively and you will not break even very fast because probably your neighbors are getting them at a better bargain and they sell them cheaper. Clients will go there. Especially right now in Kenya, times are very difficult. If someone can save even 5 shillings, I see people walking away because of a price increase on an item of 5 shillings. So you have to be very keen on that. Then on the same point, you need to avoid people we call middlemen. They'll bring you things at your comfort, but then it will be pricier. So you end up selling again quite higher. Avoid them at all costs. Don't sit pretty. Wake up early in the morning. Go find somewhere you can buy your things at a good bargain. Next point. We are moving very fast because we do not have the time. Time imebaki ya ku hustle. So the next point is something you need to know. I call support businesses. You've heard everyone saying that I cannot start a small retail shop because the profits are very little. Let me tell you, that is the truth. The profits in a small retail shop are little. So I was trying to talk about something like an egg. Right now, a tray of eggs is selling at 460 Kenyan shillings. So we have 30 eggs in a tray. You can calculate how much you are buying an egg. Yeah, it's about 15 shillings and 3 cents. Let's just round it off to 16 shillings. And you want to sell it at the best price possible so that people keep coming. You do not want to sell an egg at 25 shillings because you are buying it at 15 shillings so that you can make 10 shillings profit from an egg. It doesn't make sense. Economy of scales says that you want traffic into your shop. So you sell at the lowest price possible so that many people keep coming. So you break even. You end up selling even 5 to 10 crates in a day. But if you stick at selling very high prices, you will not get people coming. That means you will not even complete a tray of eggs in a day. So you just have to start what we call support businesses. These are things like grocery, selling cereals. You can also start selling things like mali. I mean, you sell things like this. You know, you find tins, you find water bottles, you know, you find things like slippers. You know, mali. Those are the things I mean when I say mali. So that you support your business. You support the business because breaking even with a small retail shop alone is not easy. On that note, I'd like to refer you to some of the videos that I made earlier on this channel. You can go find how to start a gas retail business. That does not mean that if you want to use it as a support business, you have to do it the whole 9 years. You know, you can just throw in a few cylinders here and there, but the basics on how you can go about it, you'll find in that video, in some of the collections that I made earlier on this channel. So make a date and find that one and get the information that you need and get the ball running. The next point that will make your business stand out, your small business stand out, a shop like this one, is that you need to implement what we call mobile payment services. Right now, in this era, very few people work with cash money in their pockets. Most people are working with money in their phones or in the bank. So a good percentage of people will want some mode of payment that is not cash. So how do you cater for that client so that you don't send them away? Yeah, and you know, some of these mobile transfer services, they bill you. You get billed on your side. Most of the clients don't know that, but you take it up because again it will make them come, so you'll break even at some point. Yeah, so you find out what is available in the market, what suits your business, and then you implement it so that people who are not paying by cash can still buy things from your shop and pay using their phones or transfer money from the bank. Next point is records. You need to have records for your business, however small it is. Don't assume that being that you are running a small retail shop, you do not have to have records. You do. By records, I mean that you write down all the sales that you make in a day. All. At least that is what I do, and I think it is working in my favor. You need to document all the items that you sell in a day and the prices. This is especially important because you'll be able to know the kind of items that are moving, and then you'll be able to know you'll be able to know on which days do you sell more, on which days do you sell less. For example, up until this point, I'm able to tell confidently that on Sundays I do sell quite much, and on Mondays I don't know what happens. I do not know. Yeah, but from these records you'll be able to tell such kind of things. Then you'll be able to know at which point you made adjustments on your prices, because if you don't write it down, for example, you bought something at a higher price the previous time you went to shop, then right now the prices are lower. At which point do you know that you've started selling your your items at a lower price? Unless you have such kind of documents. And then if you go an extra mile, you can also have a receipt book. A receipt book is good because you have your contacts there. So sometimes clients are at a loss and they want to inquire something from you. They'll be able to get your contacts there. Then for your own sake, you are able to know, you've made such and such sales in a day. And then for financing purposes also, if you go to a financial, they'll want to see such kind of records, including receipts that you get when you stock up your shop. So all these things are important. If you can have them, well and good, but you don't have to have them from the word go. It depends on how you look at your business. If you want it to grow, if you're projecting that in a number of years you should be able to have, you set your personal goals. So I think these will go a long way if you do keep records for your small retail shop. Then records are also important, especially for people who leave other people behind to run the business for them, so that when you're away, you know what happened. At a glance you'll be able to tell, we are selling these things more than previously, or these things are needed. Yeah, records are very important. I cannot over insist on that. Last but not the least, just start. All those factors I've mentioned there notwithstanding, if you're ready to start, my friend, my brother, and my sister, don't be afraid. All those things you're looking for are on the other side of fear. So just start. These things will fall in place. I can assure you these things will fall in place the moment you start. You'll learn the best by experience. So with that, I come to the end of this edition. I'm very grateful for you sticking by to the end of this video. And if you like this kind of content, I suggest that you give me a thumbs up. There is that button there written like. You can just tap on it. That will give me it will let me know that you like this content, and then I'll be encouraged to make more. Then if you've not subscribed, the same thing, just tap on the subscribe button that is down there, and then you'll be helping this channel to grow. So I'm thankful. Until the next edition, it is bye.